Degrees can be broken up into smaller parts called minutes. If we take 1 degree, we can break that up into 60 equal parts, which each one of those is called a minute. So we have here 1 degree, and we have zoomed in on that one little degree. Remember, this is a very, very small sliver of our overall 360 degrees. We're going to break that 1 degree up into 60 smaller parts. So these are very, very small. They're called minutes. 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. And when we talk about minutes, we use a little tick mark. So it'd be 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. So that's how we would write that in notation form. Also, when we break this down and we look at 1 minute, 1 minute would make up 1/60th of 1 degree, because there's 60 minutes in 1 degree. If I look at just one of those little tiny minutes, that would be 1/60th of the overall 1 degree. How much of a degree would 30 minutes be? So let's say that I have 30 minutes. Well, 30 minutes would represent half a degree. So basically, when we're looking at this, we can think about this as kind of like an equation. If I multiply both sides by 30, 30 times 1 would be 30, so that represents our 30 minutes, is equal to 30 times 1 over 60, which would be 30 over 60 degrees. And of course, that makes sense. 30 out of 60 degrees would really represent half of 1 degree. So we can use this as sort of like a formula to convert from minutes into degrees. We can go even further with this, and we can break up 1 minute. So we're going to zoom way, way, way in on just 1 minute. And 1 minute can be broken up into 60 smaller parts called seconds. So each minute can also be broken up into 60 seconds. When we talk about seconds, we use 2 tick marks. So here this says in symbolic form 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So when we look at one of these seconds, let's say 1 second, 1 second would be overall 1/60th of 1 minute. And once again, we can look at this as kind of like a little equation or a little formula. Let's say that I multiply both sides by 20. So 20 seconds would be equal to, so let's multiply this with 1 over 60 by 20 as well. That would be 20 over 60 minutes, which of course would reduce to be 1/3. So if you think about that, 20 minutes, or 20 seconds, sorry, 20 seconds, it's about right, let's say it's about right there, 20 seconds would be overall 1/3 of 1 minute. So we can use this as kind of like a little conversion to go from seconds to how much is 20 seconds, how much is that of 1 minute? And that would be 1/3 of a minute. Okay, so here's a question for you. How many seconds would make up an entire degree? How many seconds are there in a degree? This will be a similar question to asking how many seconds are in an hour, because we know that every hour has 60 minutes, and every minute is 60 seconds. So if we think about a degree, 1 degree, we said we broke that up into 60 parts, 60 minutes. Each of those minutes is made up of, can be broken down even further into 60 seconds. Now, this represents 1 minute converted to 60 seconds, but there would be 60 of these that I would have to write. There wasn't enough room here, so 60 of those. Picture 60 of those minute to second conversions. So we would have this 60 times. So when we get to the end, we would actually have to duplicate this 60 times. So we have 60 times 60, which will give us, at the end, if I was to write this out 60 times, at the end we would count 3,600 seconds. So every degree has 3,600 seconds. And the notation for that, 1 degree would equal to 3,600 seconds. And every second, so 1 second, when we look at all these little 1 second pieces, there will be 3,600 of those. So 1 second would make up 1 out of 3,600 degrees. So we have 1 small little piece of the degree. So 1 second equals 1 out of 3,600 degrees. So it's a very, very small fraction of 1 degree.